Hey everyone, in this video we will explore the fascinating journey of how Saudi Arabia transformed its desert into farmland and the challenges it faces in sustaining its agricultural success. Saudi Arabia is known for its scorching sun, inhospitable climate, and endless sand dunes. It may not seem like the ideal place for agriculture. However, with the launch of modern farming technology and innovative irrigation methods, the country has transformed over 24,000 square kilometers of desert into fertile lands and became the world's largest wheat exporter in the 1990s. Now, let's explore what magic trick Saudi Arabia used to have this massive transformation. And so, the story of Saudi Arabia's agricultural revolution begins in the 1970s. A country rich in oil exports for more than 80% of its required food, with an average of only 4 inches of rain per year. It was like the country was saying to Mother Nature, "Thanks for the oil, but we need more than that to feed our people." But as they say, where there's a will, there's a way. And in the 1970s, the Saudi Arabian government had the will to turn their desert country into a breadbasket. They rolled up their sleeves, put on their thinking caps, and set out to find a solution to this agricultural puzzle. Little did they know that they were embarking on a journey that would change the face of the desert forever. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The 1970s was just the starting point of a story filled with innovative ideas, daring projects, and a whole lot of sweat. Or was that just the scorching sun? You won't want to miss out on this splendid history behind all of this. Now, buckle up your time travel belts because we're going back 10,000 years to the desert kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a place where the grassland stretched as far as the eye could see, and the variety of life was overflowing here and there. And yes, this barren wasteland was actually a lush green paradise, filled with forests and grasslands, all thanks to the monsoon rains. Fast forward to the 1970s, and the Saudi Arabian government decided it was time to bring back that lush green paradise. But how exactly did they plan to turn 24,000 square kilometers of barren desert into fertile farmland? Of course, with the help of modern farming technological revolution. With the enhancement of technology and techniques, the government transformed the desert into fertile land capable of producing crops and supporting a thriving agricultural industry. But it wasn't just about technology, it was also about a vision for a better future. The Saudi Arabian government realized that with the world's population growing at a rapid pace, they needed to find ways to produce more food to feed the masses. So they dug deep, quite literally, and tapped into ancient underground water reserves about 1 kilometer below, providing a never-ending supply of water for irrigation. And the result? Well, just take a look at the country today. It's a flourishing agricultural center, producing everything from wheat to dairy products, and even exporting its produce to countries all over the world. Later on, Saudi Arabia used the best method known as center pivot irrigation to water the newly turned oasis. This method was introduced by Frank Zyback, a determined and innovative farmer from Colorado. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is center pivot irrigation? Well, it's a method that's revolutionized agriculture over the last 50 years, and it's still being used today. The concept is simple yet brilliant. Tap into the ancient fossil water located 1 kilometer below ground and use this to water crops in the desert. Can you believe it? Water from thousands of years ago is now helping to grow crops in the present day. So how does it work? The center pivot system consists of a long rotating pipe that moves in a circular motion, distributing water evenly across a field. Think of it like a giant sprinkler, but on a much grander scale. The technique allows farmers to grow crops in areas that were once deemed impossible to cultivate. And that's exactly what this irrigation method did in Saudi Arabia. With the help of the center pivot system, Saudi Arabia transformed the desert into a thriving agricultural hub, producing crops that were once thought to be impossible to grow in the harsh desert climate. But wait, there's more. Center pivot irrigation has not only made agriculture possible in the desert, but it has also helped to conserve water. The system allows for precise water distribution, reducing the amount of water lost to evaporation and ensuring that every drop goes exactly where it's needed to the crops. It can also be used to spray pesticides on the crops. Later, 2 Saudi princes initiated another project to enhance the agricultural development of the kingdom. A team of the best and brightest in agriculture, led by none other than Mona Hamdi, a biotech specialist from Harvard University, and Neil Speckman, a permaculturist from Stanford University. They spent over 8 years in the desert researching how it could be turned into an oasis. Now, you may be thinking, why would two highly educated individuals who could be doing anything in the world choose to spend their time working on a farm in the desert? Well, it was a labor of love, pure and simple. These two experts saw the potential of the area and were determined to make it a reality, and they did just that. With the help of the Harvard and Stanford team, they transformed rocky, barren land into a beautiful and fertile savanna. But just when it seemed like their hard work was paying off, disaster struck. Funding for the project was cut and everything was in danger of falling apart. But hold on, the story doesn't end here. In 2018 and 2019, rain fell again and the whole area was transformed once more. The desert bloomed into a lush and prosperous agricultural sector, producing crops that were once thought to be impossible to grow in the harsh desert climate. But the main problem is that the aquifers are almost empty and the clock is ticking on the water supply. But Saudi Arabia has a solution for that too, as there's a massive project underway to turn the dire situation around. The Saudi government is introducing the Al Baida project, an ambitious initiative to convert 30 million acres of desert into agricultural lands. It's a huge undertaking costing billions of dollars, but it's estimated to increase the GDP by 5%. So what exactly is the Al Baida project, you ask? Well, imagine a team of experts working tirelessly to find innovative solutions to the problem of limited water resources. They're looking at ways to conserve water, improve irrigation systems, and even tap into that ancient fossil water to keep the crops growing. And the best part of all, it's not just a project to save the farms, it's a project to create a more sustainable future for the kingdom. By conserving water and improving agricultural practices, the Al Baida project is helping to ensure that the deserts of Saudi Arabia will continue to bloom for generations to come. And that's not all. To increase agriculture, they need water. And for fresh water, they need energy. And let's not forget that Saudi Arabia is a desert country with very little rainfall and limited freshwater resources. This makes it very difficult to grow crops, but they have a plan. They're also building a destination plant to convert seawater into freshwater using reverse osmosis and thermal methods. This is a huge step forward, but it comes with a cost. Desalination requires a lot of electricity, which means they need nuclear energy. And the more energy they use, the higher their costs. On the other hand, the government has allocated financial resources for agricultural research to improve farmlands, including the use of liquid nanoclay, which can save water consumption by 50%. This innovative solution comes with a high price tag too, but it could be a game changer for the agricultural industry in Saudi Arabia. So why did Saudi Arabia take these steps to turn their desert country into farmland? Well, the answer is simple: to feed their growing population and to be self-sufficient in food production. By investing in these technologies, they hope to increase their agricultural production and reduce their dependence on food imports. The transformation of Saudi Arabia from a desert country to a fertile farmland is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and determination. From utilizing cutting-edge technology and sustainable methods to diversifying their economy, the Saudi government has made a bold move that is sure to pay off in the long run. With a newfound ability to produce their own food and exports, the future is looking bright for the Desert Kingdom. Who knows, in a few years, the world may be looking to Saudi Arabia as the new breadbasket of the Middle East.